Excellent condition. So right now we are live, and then we're talking about the ways to begin to go from zero to one, to the billionaire group, basically. So we are live, and we're seeing what we're seeing. You're seeing what you're seeing, and we're doing what we're doing, and that's good. We're trying to figure out how to move forward in this industry, where an industry where people just basically just go all out and they never stop, because that's how they were able to become the titans of this world. The ones that are just working non-stop, but people are also working non-stop already. A lot of people are just going about their days and living their days based on what they know, knowing the truths that encompass their worldviews. So the only way for me to know what to do is to continue to use systems that allow me to understand this phenomenon. So what does it mean? I want to know how many people or companies have done it, like unicorn $1 billion worth kind of app. That's what TypePlot is going to be, and that's what I want to create. But in order for one person to be able to do that, it's not that easy. It's not. Nobody is crazy enough to try to do that. Like, people are going for millions. I'm going for B, with a capital B, billions. And that's crazy. Nobody expects you to do that. You just want it only. And what does it mean to be a billionaire, right? So I live two lives. There's the life of what I'm supposed to live, and the life that I want to live. That's why I have two books, two diaries, not written, and cost me so much money to engineer and to create. $300 worth of. Why, right? Why? Because trying to create an experience, I'm trying to create feelings for myself, the emotions that I feel, the things that I want to do. I need to feel like I belong, but I don't belong anywhere. I don't belong here. I don't belong wherever it may be. Emotions, feelings. So they form an interplay, interplanetary, an experience. Oops, the universe. How do you get this state to persist? How do you get yourself situated in a space where things you do make sense? You continue on with what you're doing, but you learn how to control the chaos. You learn to control the chaos. You learn before you earn. So going from 0 to 1. And the question is, 0 to 1. We are looking at black. We are looking at B, 1B from 0 to 0.0. It's always points. 0 to B. So how do you go from 0.0000001 to 1 billion? Like boom. That's why you have systems. You create systems. And then you create processes outlining 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z, and then you get this process, you form a cohort, and you provide them with actionable so either training time, talking points, thoughts, things, many T's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 2. Jing. Sui. So you have these 5 things, but these 5 things are predicated on 6 pillars. The pillars. So we're looking at TypePlot systems. You're trying to integrate your core being. You're trying to figure out how to properly define your core self with the outer expression. So expressions in terms of what do I mean by outer expressions? How you present yourself. Presentation, illustration, how you navigate the world, navigation, delineation, so you got presentation, illustration, navigation, delineation, mysterification, no, yeah, well, mysterification. I'm making up words now, but you have to stay with me. And finification. So if we do these 6, but then we times that with 10, you get 60 pillars. And then how we can take these 6 pillars to create type plots. Create type plots. 60 pillars to create type plots. How to do it. So how do you create type plots? Because we need to create type plots. We're gonna use Copilot. We're gonna use this. To define your core self, we have to work on our outer expression. We're looking at 6 pillars. One, presentation. Illustration. Navigation. Delineation. Mysterification. Finification. Okay. Signification makes more sense. But signification versus finification makes more sense. Like, wait. You can't copy. So, presentation. How your course self appears to others. Visual styling, tone, posture, first impressions. To integrate the self, systems, the core being. So, we're just using this as an example to create systems that allow us to understand how to make good content. But this is just an example. You have to be able to use the load to understand what it means for 60 pillars. Create 10 from the 6. Avatar styling and symbolic dress, voice modulation, significant gesture emotion. So basically, the 10 of the 60 becomes part of the 60 pillars. So part of the 60 pillars, you get a one-to-one match of how the TypePlot applies to a person's style. That's what I'm talking about, integration of the core being, because consciousness is all about taking processes. It's either X or Y or Z, 3 things, and then you're trying to figure out what to do with the time that you have. You need talking points, you need thoughts, you need things, you need to train yourself how to be able to talk about things at this moment, at this time. So whenever this happens, this allows us to be able to decode or interpret things that will make us understand what it means to be good at what we're already doing. So when we do what we do and we do it right, people will start to listen. And when people start to listen, they will say, yes, you're doing the right thing. I want to keep listening, and I will do what it takes to finish what you said and start what you said, because it makes sense. And you have to keep giving the motivation for others to understand these points, these talking points, so that your thoughts become their thoughts, and their thoughts fill the void. Because when you don't have anything in your mind, you become lost. That was what I was. I was lost, but I am found. I have the training, I have the time, I have the points, I have the thoughts, I have the things. I have everything I need to be able to create what I want. But I don't have you. I don't have the person that's eventually looking at this video, trying to figure out what the heck this guy is talking about. So basically, this is just what it is. It's about being able to understand what it means to understand life itself. Why are we doing what we're doing? How are we going to do what we're doing? Why is this guy saying these things? Listening to this? Feeling this? Do you understand what it means to be human? Do you understand what it means to just stare into the void and not be scared? It doesn't mean that this doesn't make sense, because it makes sense perfectly to me. But it wouldn't make sense to you right now, because you're not in this universe. You're not in this time that I'm living in. So the only way for me to properly explain this is if you slowly step into the world that you are living in, into a world that can be, from what is to what should be, or can, should, well, semantics. I need to drink water now. So yeah, the place I'm staying is like raining a lot, and it's just recently stopped. So we are live still. And keynote speakers. I am a good speaker. I know I'm a good speaker, so people will be hearing me speak. And I'll be on stage speaking. Because when I speak, people listen. That is if they want to listen. I can carry the world on my shoulders, but right now I'm just carrying it for myself. I'm carrying it for my family and for everyone that is listening in the future. A 27 billion parameter model built on Google's Gemma architecture has trained over 1 billion pieces of biological data, predicted in blocking a protein called CK2 with existing drug simultasertib to make cancer cells more visible to the immune system. That means that you can stop cancer cells from producing in vitro. Whoa, this is cool. It generated a new hypothesis that was later proven in living cells. So, confirmed novel discovery lah. We are actually really getting close to immortality lah. New science lah. So yes, it's pretty cool. Should I type we're inching closer to immortality, but it's too wild, right? Yeah, you shouldn't be talking about immortality. We're inching closer to. Mm. Science is. Can keep the pace up and figure out what type of improvements that can be made that otherwise measurement. If you can keep the pace up at figuring out what type of improvements that can be made, this provides measurable and meaningful effects on our lives. It would be much more useful. Okay. Closer to immortality. Scientific breakthroughs find immortality, but come on lah, it's just TypePlot. TypePlot is consciousness. Let's just age closer lah, right? It's just evolving AI, right? Can I just write stuff that I want to write? It doesn't matter because it's social media, and social media is maybe should I have written it like that or not? But it is what it is. I think about having the time that I have. If it's longer, shorter, I am just transhumanism. That is the category about us living better lives. Okay, so this is how it works. do. Right? Yeah. Hmm. LLMs. I cannot remember MetaMask. I forgot my password. I totally cannot remember my MetaMask, but secret recovery phrase. Can you remember? I don't think I can remember my MetaMask because I don't think I've put in any money from my MetaMask before. So it doesn't matter, and nobody is using MetaMask anymore. And it's old school now. Web3, things move so fast. So fast. I don't like this secret recovery phrase thing. It's so super hard. Right? And keep but that's what it is. You're not gonna use MetaMask. oh, this is just game for me. Right. I don't know. Is it a game? Is life a game? Maybe. A game that people play to be happy. I'd rather people be working on the work that I'm doing so that I don't have to. I'm offloading my brain powers essentially. If you run a startup, how do you do what you need to do? Like, really?